would say. Now switching gears here, guys, we're going to talk a little bit of Rams football. I was able to go to LA Rams training camp yesterday with my family, and we had a great time. It was over at Loyola Marymount University, a place that I'm pretty familiar with. I used to be a camp counselor, and we used to do summer camps over there at LMU, so it was pretty good going back into the university that I used to work at for 2 summers. But yeah, let's talk about the Rams. The Rams are looking good this, coming into the summer, going into this season. I feel like honestly they are Super Bowl contenders. Now I just looked at some power rankings. I looked at Fox Sports, and Fox Sports has them ranked number 12 in the power rankings, which means it's a little low. I think let's read what they have. So Fox Sports, put a little column out on why they ranked them number 12. Adding receiver Devontae Adams to the mix, replacing a declining Cooper Kupp, feels like exactly what quarterback Matthew Stafford needs in what might be the final act of his career, and helps Sean McVay kick the offense right back into gear. The defense, on the other hand, is what's holding them back, and it's ranked 26th overall last season, and they did almost nothing to upgrade it in the offseason. That's what's keeping them from being a top 10 team and joining the elite. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. Lots of times last season, and look, injuries were a big factor with this team, especially early on when the team started. I believe was it 1-4 around there. Things were not great, but injuries took over in the early part of the season, and it spent a lot of time trying to get back right, healthy and whole going into the later half of the season. And there was a lot of times where there were just guys in and out of the lineup, switching guys out, especially putting in younger guys, into especially our defense, into our secondary, the linebacker, the safeties position, and that's where the Rams would get burned a lot last season. Lots of times, we were good when teams would run the ball. As well, only when we would play the Philadelphia Eagles and we would get run up on by Saquon Barkley. But other than us playing the Eagles, like teams running the ball, we were good. Our interior defense with our linebackers, we held it down. Especially Jared Verse. Jared Verse, the defensive rookie of the year, he held it down for this team last year, and he was pretty much the igniter in the defense. But on our secondary, we got burned so many times last season. It was just from, not having stability up in the secondary. And so I think coming back together, having the guys whole, hopefully we could stay healthy. I think that's going to make a major difference in the beginning part of the season, and it's just going to build continuity going into the later half and going into the playoffs. And we saw it in the playoffs this past season, against the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, we absolutely shut them down in that game. We only allowed for 9 points in a playoff game. That is huge, and that's all directly because our guys finally were able to come together and be the unit that we could think they could be, but they actually put it together in the playoffs. And so look, it didn't happen against the Philadelphia Eagles. Like I said, they were kind of just a monotony against us. It didn't really work well, but we almost won that game as well. So look, I think the Rams are a lot closer than what they're alluding to. I think this Rams team, look, anything can happen with injuries. Matthew Stafford, he's already having a back injury, which is preventing him from doing anything in training camp right now. We didn't even see him yesterday out there. It was Jimmy Garoppolo